Hello again everybody, this is Gusto and I have a new review today. It's been a long time since I've done a review on a US MRE and this one was sent to me as a request by a viewer. So Cody, first of all, thank you for the ration and thank you for your service. Cody took a poll and this was determined to be the current favorite, so he asked me to review it. As you can see, this is menu number 5, chicken chunks, white, cooked. This particular ration is an MRE and was packaged on the 103rd day of 2018. The white chicken chunks main replaced menu number 5 Mediterranean chicken in 2015, and it was initially listed as diced chicken, and that listing was changed to white chicken chunks in 2016. And interestingly enough, the flameless ration heater was removed from this menu in 2017, and it remains so at this point as well. If we take a look at the outside of this ration, standard US MRE, again this is MRE, and you can see the date code right there, the 103rd day of 2018. Let's go ahead and get it open. Typical with MRE, you have the inner liner wrapper as well. And we'll get that open. First out of the bag, we'll take a look at the liner, which shows the nutritional information for the main, which is the chicken chunks. You can see it supplies 150 calories for this 142 gram pouch. And on the back, nutritional advice, specifically for recovery and timing of their meals. So this is good for planning. And look at the individual items. There is the white chicken chunks main. There's a pack of tortillas, a chocolate first strike bar, a package of trail mix recovery, and again the insert card alluded to recovery after physical exertion. So that item would be specifically tailored to recovery. There is an orange beverage base powder. There's a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage, lemon lime flavor. There is a package of cheese spread, a pouch of buffalo sauce, there's a bag of Reese's Pieces, and accessory packet B. That contains toilet paper, a cranberry grape beverage base, salt, a moist towelette, and chiclets. And of course it comes with the standard US MRE spoon. If I could get this thing to focus. There you go. So there is all of the components for the menu number 5 white chicken chunks. And as you can see, this packs quite a bit of nutrition into a small package. This menu supplies 1,540 calories. Anyway, let's get these things plated up and try it out. Of course, we'll start with the main item, and this is the chicken chunks. And again, this doesn't have a flameless ration heater, which I'm a little wary of that. This is fully cooked, so it's ready to eat out of the package, but just kind of seems less appetizing. So there's a look into the pouch. It smells like typical canned chicken. Next we'll open the tortillas. And ordinarily with this, I would stick this in the flameless ration heater as well. These tend to be a little bit brittle, but this is a very fresh ration, so they do have some hope. And they are fairly soft. They look pretty good. And we'll try this chicken a couple of different ways. Of course, we'll put it on a tortilla with some cheese spread, mix some with some buffalo sauce, see how those are. This comes with a first strike bar. It's a chocolate flavored one. Get that opened up. And as most of you I'm sure are familiar with the first strike bar, this is a high energy food. It's got a lot of simple carbohydrates, also has some protein in it, so it has short-acting energy and long-burning energy as well. It's also good for either preparation or recovery from intense activity. And speaking of recovery, there is a trail mix for recovery specifically. So there is that. Oh, lost one. Looking at the ingredients on that, there's pretzels as well as a bunch of different nuts, including cashews, almonds, and peanuts. And for dessert, you can't forget the Reese's. And of course, very fresh ration. None of those shells are broken. It looks perfect. This does come with 3 different beverages, and we'll get those prepared as well. First one we'll do is the carbohydrate electrolyte beverage. This is in an oversized pouch, meant to be mixed in the bag, so we'll do that. It calls for 12 ounces of water. There you can see the powder in there. Underfilled that a little bit to try to leave myself a little bit of room here. I tend to make a mess with these. So it says to fold it over and shake it. Try to give it a couple of folds and hold it tightly. Give it a shake. Still some unmixed sediment down in the corners, so make sure that you work the fluid all the way down in there. And I'm making a mess, so I'm gonna abort and go ahead and pour it into a glass. It's pretty typical for me. Next we have the orange beverage base powder. There you go. And this is not an electrolyte beverage. It does call for 12 ounces of water. We'll give that a stir. And lastly, there is the cranberry grape beverage base, and this is designed to be put directly into a canteen or a water bottle. Give that a shake. So there you have it. That's the contents of menu number 5, chicken chunks, white, cooked. We'll get started with the main item, and I'm going to try it by itself first. You can see here, good sized chunks, about 3/4 inch chunks of chicken. It has the appearance of a canned chicken, smells about the same as well. They are flaky and soft. Again, there's no heat to this. You could heat it if you wanted, but it would have to be in boiling water or other means of heating. I had another military friend that said that they would put their mains under the hood of their trucks as they went about their day, and then they were good and hot whenever they were ready to eat, so that would work well here too. We'll try it by itself though. Let's get a little up close view there. Yeah, actually the flavor of that is pretty good. It's salty. Tastes typical of a canned chicken, but actually has good texture. It's not too mushy and soft. It's a little bit stringy and actually a little bit on the dry side once you chew it up. Pretty typical for white meat, but not bad at all. Heat would add a little bit here. I think we're going to try a couple of different things. First of all, I'll put some in the tortilla with some cheese. Let's get the cheese opened up first. Gotta knead that a bit. Soften it up. Get a corner of that open. Get some pieces of chicken. And some cheese spread. Oh, hang on. So let's try some of that with some cheese. Put it in the tortilla. A little cheese on top. Let's spread that out a little better on the inside of the tortilla. No damn good, Gusto. Sorry. Try to distribute that a little better. Let's give that a shot. No, that's not bad at all. The chicken plus the cheese is a really salty combination. But that'll work. Not bad. Portable, easy, doesn't take a lot of preparation, and the flavor's pretty good. But again, a bit on the salty side. Next, let's try the buffalo sauce. I'm just going to dump this right into the chicken and mix it up. Then I'm going to put it into a tortilla. Yeah, let's just dump it all in there. Get that mixed up pretty well. Get that into a tortilla. This seems like it'd be the way to go. If you weren't gonna put it into a tortilla, just dump the buffalo sauce right into the pouch and eat it right out of the pouch. Seems like that would be pretty good. See if I can try to not make a mess. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's really good. Buffalo sauce is decently spicy. Not really that hot, but typical for a buffalo sauce. Kind of buttery. Really takes away from the overly saltiness of the canned chicken. Actually makes a pretty good flavor. That's really the way to do it. Yeah, that's tasty. Much better than just plain chicken. I think to cleanse the palate a little bit, we'll try one of the beverages, and we'll start with the lemon lime. And this is the electrolyte beverage. You see it's kind of ecto cooler green. Wow, it's good. You can certainly taste the saltiness of the electrolytes, but it actually has a decent citrus flavor and a good amount of sweetness. That'd be pretty refreshing. Next, let's try the First Strike bar. And again, this is a chocolate First Strike bar. Take a look at it up close. You can kind of see the graininess. I think that's kind of the crisp rice in there. It's kind of in this dense, gooey base. It's pretty sticky on the outside. It's got a nice chocolatey scent to it though. There you can kind of see the texture of it. Kind of stretches and sticks together. So that is intensely sweet, kind of an artificial chocolate flavor to it. Crunchy, it's actually really dense and hard to chew. It takes a few seconds to chew it up and get it down, but it's actually pretty good flavor. There's a lot of sugar in it. It would provide a lot of really fast-acting energy, but it also kind of feels like it's dense enough to kind of stick with you for a bit. So that's good. Next, we'll try the Recovery Trail Mix. This has a lot of carbohydrates and fats from the nuts and the pretzels. They're also kind of sugar coated, so it kind of gives you both a quick acting energy and then kind of a longer, slower burn with the proteins and fats. And that's quite good actually. Kind of good contrast in the crunchiness of the nuts and more the flaky crunchiness of the pretzels. It's got a lot of salt in it, so that's really good. Some of the peanut packages and some of the other rations doesn't have salted peanuts, and that actually adds a whole lot to the flavor. So that's quite good. Next we'll try the orange beverage base to kind of help wash that down. Really bright orange color. And that's pretty typical of just kind of an orange Kool-Aid. But good. Not bad at all. That'd be refreshing as well. Lastly, the Reese's Pieces, which really you can't go wrong with these. These are ET approved. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. One of my favorite candies as a kid, and it's just as good today. Can't go wrong with that stuff. Lastly, this is the cranberry grape beverage base. Yeah, that's really good. It has an artificial sweetener in it, and you can kind of taste that being a little bit strong in there, but it's actually got a pretty good cranberry flavor to it, and the grape is a little bit more subtle. That's actually really good. So that is it for the review of menu number 5, chicken chunks, white, cooked. My impressions on this, it's a pretty good main. By itself, it's a little bit salty and just kind of bland, the standard flavor of canned chicken. Add a little bit of cheese into the tortilla, makes it a little bit better. Add the buffalo sauce and it completely changes the main. It's excellent with the buffalo sauce. You could either just dump the buffalo sauce right into the pouch and eat it right out of the pouch with a spoon, that would be just fine. Or like this with the tortilla, it was awesome. Overall, very good menu. And again, thank you, Cody, for recommending this menu to me and for sending it. I appreciate it very much. For all the viewers and subscribers, thank you very much. And of course, as always, your support helps me donate to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, so I greatly appreciate your support. As a side note, I will be running the Chicago Marathon under the St. Jude Heroes charity team. If you want to support that, head over to my Facebook page, RC Gusto Ration Reviews, and you can donate through a link on that page. So I greatly appreciate your support. So until next time, thanks again as always, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.